The Fabulous Perpetual Motion Machine by Don Ambrason. Illustrations by Gerardo Suzanne. Genre: a drama is a story written to be acted out for an audience. As you read, imagine the actors speaking the lines and acting out the action. Question of the week: how do inventors inspire our imaginations? Characters: Carlos Perez, Lily Perez, Larry Sand, a friend, Effie Browning, a friend, Joyce Reardon, a friend, Mrs. Perez, Mr. Perez, Domingo Perez, their older brother, Lee Comer, a reporter. Scene 1. Setting: a basement rec room filled with well-worn furniture. Upstage center is a large, mysterious object draped with a sheet. Lily, Carlos, Effie, and Larry are on stage. Larry: "Okay, Lily, Carlos, what's this about?" Effie: "Yeah, you wanted to show us something?" Lily: "Just be patient, Effie." Carlos: "We're waiting till..." Lily: "Joyce gets here." Larry: "What, you're going to have some big unveiling?" Carlos: "Sure are, Larry." Lily: "You know, we were thinking about a project." Carlos: "For the science fair." Let's think about: how does the dialogue between the characters help you visualize the feeling or mood in the rec room? Visualizing. Effie: "We were all trying to come up with something that hadn't been done to death." Larry: "That wasn't so easy. I'm doing a dinosaur diorama." Effie: "Done to death." Larry: "I said it wasn't easy." Effie: "Carlos, Lily, you're driving us crazy here." Larry: "Yeah, give us a little hint." Carlos: "All right. Prepare to be blown away." Lily: "This year, first prize at the science fair," Carlos, "will be awarded to..." Lily: "The fabulous Perez twins. Take a bow, Carlos." She applauds as he bows. Let's think about: what can you infer about Effie's personality? Inferring. Let's think about: what details help you summarize the story and determine the main idea so far? Summarize. Carlos: "And Lily, yeah!" He applauds as she bows, then turns to Effie and Larry. "You're not getting into the spirit, you two." Larry: "We haven't seen anything yet." Effie: "And you're really going to have to be fabulous to win first prize at that science fair." Larry: "It's usually somebody from Higgins School. They've got that hotshot science teacher." Lily: "Well, not this year. This year, the Mary Dimity Witherspoon Elementary School..." Carlos: "Will go down in history." Larry: "Enough already. What is this project?" Lily: "Well, Carlos was browsing the internet." Carlos: "Looking for failed inventions." Effie: "Hey, you can't take your science project off the internet." Carlos: "We found the idea, not the plan." Lily: "People have been playing around with this for years." Carlos: "For centuries. But until now, nobody's done it. Until us, the fabulous..." Lily: "Perez twins, yay!" Carlos and Lily both cheer, applaud, and bow. She turns to Larry and Effie. "Come on, guys!" Mrs. Perez, entering: "And just what is it the fabulous Perez twins have achieved to warrant a spontaneous round of applause?" Carlos: "Hi, Mom. We were just telling Effie and Larry." Ms. Perez: "Well, tell Joyce, too. She just got here." Let's think about: what do you know about the internet that helps explain Effie's surprise? Background knowledge. Let's think about: what important details can you use to summarize the events on this page? Summarize. Joyce, entering: "Hi, guys." Everyone ad-libs greetings. "What's up? Is this your science fair idea?" Lily: "Yes, and I tell you..." Ms. Perez: "Aha! So that's what you've been banging around down here about." Carlos: "We're going to win the..." Larry: "We've heard this already." Mrs. Perez: if you're finally going to disclose this big secret, do you mind if your mother sits in? To the others, they've been driving the whole family crazy. Lily, sure, Mom. Carlos, sit over here. Joyce, inspecting the draped thing. Is this it? Lily, yes, but first, let us tell you. Joyce has tugged at a corner of the sheet, which falls away, revealing a contraption with dials, levers, pulleys, etc. Let's think about... What do Mrs. Perez's comments tell about the kind of person she is? Inferring. Effie, wow. Mrs. Perez, you really have been busy. Larry, but what is it? What does it do? Joyce, inspecting it from all sides. Does it plug in, or what? I don't see a cord. Carlos, no, that's the point. Effie, it runs on batteries? Lily, no, it doesn't have a power source, but once we start it up, Carlos, it'll keep running forever. Larry, after a moment's silence, did you say forever? Lily, yep. Carlos, it's a perpetual, Lily, motion, Carlos, machine. Mrs. Perez, that's something all right. Effie, if you're right, oh wow. Joyce, have you tried it out yet? Lily, no, we wanted you all here. Carlos, for the demonstration. Lily, will you kindly do the honors? Lily, I'd be honored to do the honors. Thank you, Carlos. She flips a switch on the front. Slowly, the machine comes to life. Wheels spin, dials shift, levers move up and down. Ratchet noises are heard. Carlos and Lily bow. The others applaud. Larry, I'm impressed. I'm really impressed. Mrs. Perez, Lily, Carlos, I'm so proud of you. Effie, this is fabulous. Let's think about, why does the author include a moment of silence before Larry speaks? Inferring. Let's think about, what details would you include to briefly describe the machine? Summarize. Let's think about, what can you do to help remember all the characters? Monitor and clarify. Scene 2. Let's think about, how does the author use descriptions to set the scene? Story structure. About 3 hours later, Lily, Carlos, Scene 2. Let's think about, how does the author use... Let's think about, what details help you to summarize how the characters feel about the machine? Summarize. About 3 hours later, Lily, Carlos, Effie, Larry, and Joyce sit watching the machine, which is still running merrily along. They each have an almost finished glass of lemonade. Larry, well, it's better than watching paint dry. At least you've got some things that go round and round. Effie, and some things that go up and down. Larry, but why are we sitting here watching things go round and round and up and down? Lily, we have to make sure it's perpetual, that it keeps going. Joyce, but what does it do? Carlos, you've got to think big, Joyce. Lily, we can attach stuff to it. Carlos, run other machines, lots of them. Lily, just think, free power for everybody. Carlos, we're going to be rich. Effie, how are you going to get rich if it's free power? Lily, somebody has to build the machines. Larry, but how does it work? Carlos, oh, we can't disclose its secrets. Lily, until we apply for our patents. Effie, how long is it now? Larry, must be nearly 3 hours. He looks at his watch and then shakes it. That's funny. My watch must be running slow. Let's think about, how does the author use descriptions to set the scene? Story structure. Let's think about, what details help you to summarize how the characters feel about the machine? Summarize. Effie, finishing her lemonade. I should be getting home. Joyce, yeah, I should go too. Thanks for the lemonade. Domingo, entering. So what's going on down here? Mom said you've got a special science project. Lily, Domingo, come look. Domingo, yow, what on earth is that? Carlos, it's a perpetual motion machine. Lily, that means it runs forever. Domingo, I know what that means. Well, I'll be darned. Wait a minute. Where's the power? Lily, there isn't any. That's what we're telling you. Carlos, it just keeps running and running. Domingo, it's impossible. Perpetual motion can't work. Carlos, but look at it. Domingo, okay, look, I know there's something wrong with this. I don't know what, but I'm going to find out. Let's think about how does the author use dialogue to set up the problem? Story structure. He leaves. Effie. Well, see you, Lily, Carlos. Good work. I think you're right about that first prize. Mr. Perez, off stage. It's just down here, Lee. Watch your step. He enters, followed by Lee, who carries a camera. What's this about first prize? Carlos, at the science fair, Dad. Mr. Perez, if this thing really works, they'll have to make up a special prize just for you. Lee, you remember my kids. Lee, I sure do. Hi, Lily. Carlos. Lily, hello, Mrs. Comer. These are our friends. Mr. Perez, when your mother called me at work about this, I thought, hey, what luck, we've got a friend who's a newspaper reporter. This is some real... Let's think about, what can you do to help understand the scene so far? Monitor and clarify. News. He approaches the machine. This it? Come see this, Lee. Lee joins him. They inspect the machine from all sides. Perpetual motion. The dream of ages. How long has it been running, kids? Carlos, about 3 hours. Larry, we lost track. My watch stopped. Joyce, looking. Funny, mine too. Mrs. Perez, entering with a tray with a pitcher and glasses. Are you going to make my children famous, Lee? Lee, I'd say they did that themselves. All I can do is report it. Mrs. Perez, funniest thing, I've had some chicken in the oven for the last hour, but it's not cooking at all. Here, I brought you some lemonade. She sets down the tray. Lee, thanks. Mr. Perez, well, what do you think, Lee? Lee, I'll take some pictures first, and then do an interview. We'll get one with Lily and Carlos beside the machine, tinkering, and maybe another one with their friends looking on in admiration. Effie, Larry, and Joyce perk up and start fixing their hair and clothes. Mr. Perez, sounds good. Where do you want the kids now? Lee, one on either side, I think. Where's Domingo? Did he have anything to do with this? Lily, he did not. He said it wouldn't work. Carlos, but it's been going for 3 hours. Lee, hold it. She presses the shutter, but there's no flash. That's funny. Domingo, entering, waving an encyclopedia. I knew it. Let's think about, how would you describe Mr. Perez's opinion of the machine? Summarize. Let's think about, why do you think so many different things have stopped working? Questioning. I told you. My computer sort of crashed, but we still had these encyclopedias, and I found it. Lily, Dom, not now. Mrs. Perez, what are you talking about, Domingo? Domingo, the laws of thermodynamics. We'd studied them in science, but I couldn't remember for sure. Mr. Perez, well, what about them? Domingo, listen. Reading. The first law of thermodynamics. Energy can be converted from one form to another, but it cannot be created or destroyed. Effie, so? Domingo, energy cannot be created. Don't you see? Mrs. Perez, uh-oh, I think I understand. Domingo, so that machine can't work. Larry, but there it is, round and up and down, and shh! He imitates the ratchet noise. Domingo, but it's not really a perpetual motion machine. The lights flicker. They all notice. Lee, wait a minute. If it's not a perpetual motion machine, where's the perpetual motion coming from? Let's think about, what do you know about encyclopedias? How does it help you understand Domingo's conclusion? Background knowledge. Domingo. I don't know, but it's not creating its own energy. It can't. The lights flicker again and go to half power. Carlos. It's borrowing. Mr. Perez. What? Mrs. Perez. From where? Carlos. From all the other energy sources around here. Lily. The lights, the oven, your watches. Domingo. My computer. Joyce. But what happens now? Carlos. Only one thing. He and Lily look sadly at each other. Lily. You or me? Carlos shrugs. I will. She turns off the switch. The machine sputters to a halt. The lights start to come back up. Effie. Rats. I thought we were making history. Lee. We were. Well, some kind of history got made here today. Domingo. Sorry about that. Mrs. Perez. Carlos, Lily, are you disappointed? Carlos. Sure. Lily. Who wouldn't be? Larry. Yeah. Now you need a new science project. Effie. Just don't do another diorama. Larry scowls at her. Lily. Oh, we'll come up with something. Carlos. Yeah, I was thinking the other day. Let's think about, what details would you include in an explanation of the machine's source of energy? Summarize. Let's think about, why does the author end with the word blackout in the illustration? Questioning.